April 12, 1945, 6:15 a.m., 25,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. Staff Sergeant Henry "Red" Erwin sits at his radio operator station aboard the B-29 Superfortress city of Los Angeles. It's his 11th combat mission. The formation is approaching the assembly point for a low-level bombing raid on a chemical plant at Koriyama, Japan, 120 miles north of Tokyo. Red has one simple job right now: drop a white phosphorus smoke bomb through a chute in the aircraft floor. The bomb will fall several hundred feet, ignite, and create a brilliant white smoke marker visible for dozens of miles. The other 84 B-29s in the formation will rally on that marker and proceed to the target together. Red kneels over the chute, pulls the pin on the 20-pound phosphorus bomb. There's supposed to be an 8-second delay. Plenty of time for the bomb to clear the aircraft before igniting. He drops it down the chute, waits for it to fall away. It doesn't. The bomb jams in the chute, or the fuse is defective, or both. Whatever the cause, the bomb doesn't go down. It bounces back up, shoots out of the chute like a rocket, hits Red directly in the face, and explodes. White phosphorus ignites at 2,300 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to melt steel, hot enough to burn underwater, hot enough to burn bone. The explosion obliterates Red's nose, burns off his right ear, blinds both eyes instantly, sets his hair on fire, sets his uniform on fire, sets his skin on fire. Phosphorus embeds itself in his flesh and continues burning, can't be extinguished as long as oxygen is present. The bomb lands on the floor of the aircraft, still burning, still producing white smoke. Thick choking smoke that fills the entire fuselage within seconds. The pilot, Captain George Simerel, can't see his instruments, can't see anything. The B-29 goes into a dive, 700 feet, 600, 500, dropping toward the ocean at 300 miles per hour. Red Erwin is completely blind, completely on fire, in excruciating pain, and he's the only one who knows where the phosphorus bomb is. He has maybe 22 seconds before that bomb burns through the aircraft's metal floor and ignites the 12,000 pounds of explosives in the bomb bay directly below, or before the plane hits the ocean. Whichever comes first. Most people would scream, would roll on the floor trying to put out the flames, would give up. Red Erwin does something different. He reaches down, finds the burning bomb, picks it up, and starts crawling toward the cockpit. Before we dive into those 22 seconds, drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. And if you're enjoying these deep dives into real World War II stories, hit that subscribe button. These videos take serious research, and your support makes it possible to bring you more incredible history. Henry Eugene Erwin was born May 8, 1921, in Adamsville, Alabama. Small town, poor family. His father died when he was young. Henry grew up during the Depression doing farm work, odd jobs, whatever paid. People called him Gene. Later, his red hair earned him the nickname Red. He was quiet, modest, deeply religious. Joined the Army Reserve in July 1942, right after Pearl Harbor. Wanted to be a pilot. Entered aviation cadet training at Ocala, Florida. Washed out due to flying deficiency. Transferred to technical school instead. Became a radio operator and mechanic. In early 1945, Red's unit, the 52nd Bombardment Squadron, 29th Bombardment Group, 20th Air Force, deployed to Guam. They were flying the B-29 Superfortress, the most advanced bomber in the world, twice the size of a B-17, pressurized, could fly 8,000 miles non-stop, could carry 20,000 pounds of bombs, and could reach Tokyo from the Marianas Islands. From February to April 1945, Red Squadron flew unescorted bombing missions deep into Japan, low-level raids, high-altitude precision strikes, firebombing runs that killed thousands. Every mission was terrifying. Every mission, someone didn't come back. By April 12th, Red had completed 10 combat missions. He'd earned 2 air medals. He'd married Betty Starnes, his sweetheart, just 3 months earlier. She was 18, he was 23. They'd had exactly 1 week together before he shipped overseas. Now he was over Japan, about to experience the worst 22 seconds of his life. When the phosphorus bomb explodes in Red's face, the other crew members can't help him. They can't even see him through the smoke. The navigator, Second Lieutenant Robert Williams, is at his table plotting the course. He hears the explosion, hears Red scream. Then nothing but smoke. Williams starts choking, everyone starts choking. The top turret gunner, the bombardier, the flight engineer, all of them blind in the smoke. Captain Simrel, the pilot, can't see his controls. The co-pilot, Second Lieutenant Leroy Stabler, grabs the yoke but can't see the horizon. The altimeter is spinning downward. They are in a dive. They're going to crash. They're all going to die. Red Erwin is on his hands and knees in the radio operator compartment. He's completely blind. His face is gone. Phosphorus is burning through his chest, through his arms, through his hands. The burning bomb is on the floor in front of him. He reaches out, finds it, picks it up with both hands. The bomb is burning at 2,300 degrees. It's melting his hands, melting his chest. He pulls it against his body. Like a football, crew members said later. He's cradling a 2,300-degree bomb against his chest like a football. He starts crawling forward, toward the cockpit. The navigator's table is in the way, a folding table that blocks the narrow passage between the radio compartment and the cockpit. Red reaches out with his left hand. His right hand is fused to the bomb and feels for the table, finds the latch, unlocks it, folds it up. 13 feet from the radio compartment to the cockpit. 13 feet through choking smoke. 13 feet while blind, while on fire, while holding a bomb that's burning through his chest cavity. He reaches the cockpit, feels his way forward between the pilot and co-pilot seats. The co-pilot's window, he knows there's a window. He's been on 10 missions. He knows the layout. He reaches up with his left hand, finds the window frame, throws the bomb out, then collapses. The bomb falls away from the aircraft. The smoke begins to clear. Captain Simrel can see his instruments again, sees the altimeter, 300 feet. They're 300 feet above the ocean. He pulls back on the yoke. The B-29 shudders, levels out, climbs. They are alive. 11 men alive because of Red Erwin. Red is lying on the cockpit floor, still on fire. His clothes burning. Phosphorus embedded in his skin, continuing to burn. Every time crew members extinguish the flames, the phosphorus reignites. White phosphorus burns until it's completely consumed or physically removed. It burns underwater. It burns through flesh down to bone, and Red has phosphorus all over his body. The crew diverts to Iwo Jima, the closest airfield. The flight takes 30 minutes. Red remains conscious the entire time. Crew members try to treat his burns, try to remove the burning phosphorus. Every time they pull a piece out, it starts burning again in the oxygen. Red doesn't scream, doesn't curse. The only words he speaks are questions. Is everyone okay? Is the aircraft okay? Did we make it? They land at Iwo Jima at 6:47 a.m. Medics rush Red to the field hospital. The doctors take one look and expect him to die. His face is destroyed, both eyes blind. Third-degree burns over 70% of his body. Phosphorus still burning in his wounds. Most burn victims with injuries this severe die within hours. But Red survives the first day, then the second, then a week. Back on Guam, General Curtis LeMay, commander of the 21st Bomber Command, hears about Red's actions. LeMay is not a sentimental man. He ordered the firebombing of Tokyo that killed 100,000 civilians. He's famously ruthless. But when he hears what Red did, he makes an immediate decision. This man deserves the Medal of Honor, and he needs to receive it while he's still alive. Problem: the Medal of Honor requires extensive documentation, eyewitness testimonies, review boards, approval from multiple levels of command. The process normally takes months, sometimes years. Red might not have days. LeMay cuts through the bureaucracy. He personally approves the Medal of Honor, gets approval from Brigadier General Loris Norstad, gets approval from the newly sworn-in President Harry Truman. FDR had died that same day, April 12th. Then LeMay faces another problem. There's no Medal of Honor available in the Pacific Theater. The closest one is in Hawaii, in a display case in the office of Major General Robert Richardson. LeMay dispatches a B-29 crew to Hawaii with explicit orders, "Get that medal, do not return without it." The crew flies to Hawaii, goes directly to Richardson's office. The general isn't there. The crew doesn't wait. They break open the display case, take the Medal of Honor, fly back to Guam. April 19, 1945, 7 days after the mission. Red Erwin lies in a hospital bed on Guam. His entire body is wrapped in bandages. Only his mouth is visible. Major General Willis H. Hale, commander of Army Air Forces Pacific Area, stands beside the bed. He reads the Medal of Honor citation, then places the medal on the bed sheets next to Red's head. Red can't see it, can't hold it, can't even move, but he's alive. And he's received the Medal of Honor faster than anyone in history. 7 days from action to award, the fastest Medal of Honor ever. Doctors don't expect Red to survive, but Red refuses to die. He's transferred to a hospital in the United States, undergoes surgery after surgery, 43 surgeries total over the next 30 months. Surgeons remove phosphorus fragments, graft skin, rebuild his face. His right arm is fused at a 90-degree angle. Permanently, he'll never straighten it again. His right hand is mostly useless. 3 fingers gone, the others barely functional. His face is scarred beyond recognition, but the surgeons save his eyes. After 12 months of having his eyes periodically sewn shut to promote healing, Red regains his sight. Not perfect vision, but he can see. He learns to write left-handed, learns to dress himself one-handed, learns to drive with hand controls. In October 1947, the Army Air Force medically discharges him as a master sergeant. Red Erwin returns to Alabama, returns to Betty, his wife, the woman he'd been married to for 3 months before shipping overseas, the woman who waited for him through 30 months of surgeries and recovery. He's terrified she'll reject him, terrified she won't recognize him, won't love the scarred, broken version of the man she married. Betty welcomes him home, stays by his side for the next 57 years. They have 4 children, build a normal life. Red works for the Veterans Administration for 37 years, helps other veterans navigate disability claims and benefits. He never talks much about April 12, 1945, never seeks publicity, never acts like a hero. He's just Red Erwin, the farm kid from Alabama who did what he had to do. In 1999, the History Channel interviews Red for a documentary on Medal of Honor recipients. They ask him how he survived, how he picked up that burning bomb, how he crawled 13 feet while blind and on fire. Red's answer is simple: "I called on the Lord to help me, and he has never let me down." That's it. No dramatic speech, no elaborate explanation, just faith. Red Erwin dies January 16, 2002 at age 80. His funeral is held on a miserable, cold, rainy day, but the U.S. military turns out in force. Generals, officers, enlisted personnel, all in dress uniforms. There's a 21-gun salute. A squadron of aircraft flies overhead, each plane tipping its wing in tribute. Taps rings out. Red is buried at Elmwood Cemetery in Birmingham, Alabama. His legacy lives on. In 1997, the Air Force creates the Henry E. Erwin Outstanding Enlisted Aircrew Member of the Year Award, presented annually to the best airmen in flight engineering, loadmaster, and related fields. It's only the second Air Force award named for an enlisted person. In 2024, the headquarters building of the 20th Air Force at F. E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming is renamed Erwin Hall. And in 2020, Red's grandson, John Erwin, a successful Christian film director, publishes Beyond Valor, a book about his grandfather's life, faith, and sacrifice. The book becomes a bestseller. John and his brother Andrew are now working on a movie about their grandfather's story. So what's the lesson here? What do we take from Red Erwin's 22 Seconds of Hell? Maybe it's that heroism isn't about being fearless. It's about acting despite fear. Red didn't pick up that burning bomb because he was brave. He picked it up because 11 men would die if he didn't. The pain must have been unimaginable. The fear must have been overwhelming. But he acted anyway. 13 feet, 22 seconds. That's all it took to save 11 lives. Most of us will never face a choice like that, never be asked to sacrifice ourselves for others. But we all face smaller choices every day, choices to help or ignore, to sacrifice or protect ourselves, to act or stand frozen. Red Erwin's story reminds us that those choices matter, that sometimes doing the right thing requires enduring pain, requires sacrifice, requires faith that somehow, someway, it'll be worth it. April 12, 1945. A B-29 over Japan. A phosphorus bomb exploding at 2,300 degrees. One man blind, burning, holding hell itself in his bare hands. 22 seconds that saved 11 lives. The fastest Medal of Honor ever awarded. And a legacy that reminds us what true heroism looks like. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There are dozens more incredible World War II stories that deserve to be told, and I'll be bringing you a new one every week. Drop a comment below. Could you have done what Red Erwin did? Thanks for watching.